These photos may look like shots from Avatar or some other distant Earth white planet place. Well, you won't believe these places exist alone, so here are some of the most amazing and unbelievable places on our planet that actually exist. Welcome to Hotels and Cities, the channel that focuses on great places to visit and worthwhile travel destinations for you and your loved ones. Before we jump into our list, don't forget to click that subscribe button and that bell icon to always be updated on all things travel. Now let's get into it.
Number 15. Mauritius Underwater Waterfall. Mauritius is known for its idyllic beaches and crystal clear sea, but its southwest corner has an incredible underwater waterfall. The seafloor structure creates this optical illusion, not a flowing waterway. The island sits on an ocean shelf that is 500 feet deep at the edge, but it plunges down to almost 2.5 miles, and the underwater waterfall is actually sand particles being pushed over by the current. Number 14. Glowworm Cave, New Zealand. New Zealand is one of the most beautiful countries in the world, but beyond the mountain ranges, deep valleys and glaciers are fairy tale-like caves. Glowworms, endemic fungus knot larvae, live there. The insect's abdomens produce bioluminescence known locally as TTY, projected over water to attract prey through a chemical reaction between a luciferase enzyme and a molecule of luciferin. When thousands of glowworms are active, the cavern becomes a magical boat ride. Number 13. Tianzi Mountains, China. China's Hunan Province's Tianzi Mountains are the world's most unusual mountain formations, covering 17,000 acres. Quartz sandstone made them appear 400 million years ago. These skinny mountains, named after a farmer who led a revolt against an oppressive regime and called himself the Son of Heaven, reached 3,976 feet after rock erosion. The Misty Mountains, which inspired Avatar's mountainscapes, are one of the region's most popular tourist attractions. Number 12 is Wyoming's Grand Prismatic Spring. The U.S.'s largest hot spring, Yellowstone's Grand Prismatic Spring, is colorful. Its 370 feet width and 160-foot depth could fit a 10-story building. The spring receives 560 gallons of water per minute through a floor crack. Its vibrant rings are due to its 160-degree Fahrenheit temperature. Depending on the season, hot environment microbes create reds, oranges, yellows, greens, and blues. Number 11. Venezuela's Monte Roraima Mountain has a 12-square-mile summit surrounded by 1,300-foot cliffs. We're so used to seeing irregular natural formations that a rigid design seems impossible. It's on the Venezuela-Guyana-Brazil tri-point border and has long been a part of local beliefs. The Paymon and the Capone people believe it to be the stump of a giant tree that once bore all the fruits and vegetables in the world, and the seemingly unscalable cliffs have inspired stories like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Lost World and Up's Paradise Falls. Number 10. Lake Redba, Senegal. A unique lake lies 18 miles northeast of Dakar on Africa's northwest coast. Lake Redba's high salt content allows Dunaliella salinae algae, which are bright red and make the water pink, to thrive. The lake's magenta bushes enhance this unusual hue during the dry season from November to June. Thousands of people depend on fishing and salt mining at the lake. The salty water here limits fish growth to about 25% of what they would be in other lakes. Number 9. Red Beach, Panjin, China. Panjin's Red Beach is one of China's most surprising natural wonders. The soil around Panjin Shanghai Sea River mouth is so alkaline that few plants can grow here. The Sueda salsa, with its deep red color, makes the region stand out. It was once thought that Mars was red because it was covered in crimson plants. If so, Panjin's beach would have been covered in plants as well. The Red Beach has the world's largest wetland and Asia's largest reed marsh. The region is a natural preserve. It has over 260 bird species and 400 animal species, including the rare red-crowned crane and black-mouthed gulls. Number 8. The Crooked Forest, Poland. Since its discovery, a phenomenon in a Polish forest near Grafito has perplexed researchers and visitors. 400 pine trees in the Crooked Forest have grown abnormally. After emerging from the ground like usual, they bent north for several feet before growing upwards again. They were planted in the 1930s when the region was part of Germany. Why only 400 trees did this is unknown. There are two theories. The first is that it's human design, possibly due to a tool used when they were planted, or that they were all subject to a freak weather event like a snowstorm while they were young. No records support either theory, so we may never know. Number 7. Stone Forest, Madagascar. Madagascar is known for its biodiversity, but its geography is also remarkable. The stone forest in Tsingy Deba Maraha National Park was a lagoon hundreds of millions of years ago. Teutonic activity lifted bed limestone deposit above the water. Monsoon rains eroded more limestone as the lagoon receded. This and groundwater erosion that formed caves that collapsed over millennia created the world's largest tower and canyon formation. Its name means no bare foot, a good warning. These pillars, some up to 2,600 feet tall, are sharp enough to cut flesh and equipment, so they must be carefully traversed. Number 6. Baikal, Russia. The world's largest freshwater lake, Baikal in southern Siberia, holds almost 25% of the planet's non-saline surface water. It's the world's deepest lake at 5,387 feet and the oldest at 25 million years. As you'd expect, there's a wealth of plant and animal life in the region, and it supports countless villages and tribes. But what's particularly amazing about this place is what happens when it freezes over, because it's formed in a valley and exposed to freezing winds that blow across its surface, creating unbelievable ice structures that are hard to believe have formed naturally. Methane bubbles get trapped, and at the right time of year, rocks can be seen sitting on their own icy pedestals as small ice particles are blown together, frozen, melted, and refrozen into unusual shapes. If you can, visit one of the most peaceful and awe-inspiring places on Earth. Number 5. Richard Structure, Mauritania. The strange rock formation near Ourdain, Mauritania is known as the Eye of Africa. The 25-mile diameter inverse dome has exposed concentric rock rings. Since its discovery in the 1930s, scientists have debated how it formed. From space, it's one of the easiest natural structures to see, but from ground level, it's hard to see. The lack of superheated rocks disproved the meteorite impact crater theory. Instead, millions of years of erosion of softer rock that was probably deposited underwater formed it. Why this happened circularly is unknown. Humans lived here for hundreds of thousands of years on the Righot structure's concentric ridges and valleys. Stone Age tools and spheres are still on Earth. Strangely, none have been found at the center of this depression, ruling out any prehistoric mine. With such delicate rock, there are calls to make the structure a protected site so it can be studied for years and possibly reveal how this strange place came to be. Number 4. Nevada's Fly Geyser. The Fly Geyser, 20 miles north of Gerlach, Nevada, looks like an alien planet. In 1916, a well was drilled to irrigate water, creating this formation. The well was abandoned because the water was near boiling due to geothermal activity, but a calcium carbonate cone formed around the opening. An energy company dug a second hole in 1964, but the water wasn't hot enough, so they abandoned it and built the structure around it. It is 25 to 30 feet tall and has several openings that shoot water 5 feet high. 74 acres have platforms and pools. The multicolored deposits around it are caused by the water's unusually high silica content and algae that thrive there. It produces quartz in about 200 degrees Fahrenheit, which takes other geysers 10,000 years. The Fly Geyser is the largest and most impressive of the nearby similar geysers, thus unique and unmatched worldwide. Number 3. Nika Mine, Mexico. The largest crystal you've seen? It's nothing compared to what a team of miners found near Nika in Chihuahua in 1910. The Cave of Swords, a 390-foot deep cavern, was full of 3-foot-long gypsum crystals. 90 years later, another mining crew found a 980-foot deep crystal cave while drilling a new shaft. Hot water flooded this cave, depositing minerals in the crystalline structures. The largest crystal ever found was 39 feet long, 13 feet wide, and weighed 55 tons. 136 degrees Fahrenheit and 99% humidity make the cave uninviting.
Humans can stay for 10 minutes without safety gear, but even if you're prepared, the cave is closed after a robber suffocated and died trying to steal a crystal. It was permanently closed and filled with water to preserve and grow the crystals until better exploration methods are available. Number 2. Turkmenistan's Hellgate. Turkmenistan's Hellgates and how they were formed is hard to believe. 50 years ago, this place near Devasa looked like the Karakum Desert with sand everywhere. In the 1970s, the country was part of the Soviet Union and the authorities were trying to find all the natural resources they could mine to feed the growing population. In 1971, geologists set up a test rig to drill down and measure a cavern they thought was full of oil, but they found a large gas pocket instead. There are no official Russian records of what happened next, but sources close to operations say the ground collapsed beneath the rig and swallowed the drill and several top Soviet scientists. The remaining researchers noticed large amounts of methane being released from the hull they had just created and worried about health risks. They calculated that burning the gas would run out in a few weeks and was the best solution. Throwing a grenade into the hole created Hell's Gates. Someone miscalculated because the hole has burned for almost 50 years. Fires, boiling mud, and orange flames fill the 230 by 66 foot crater. Since it's above one of the world's largest natural gas deposits, there had been attempts to use plants as a means to extinguish it. But the problem is so large that no one has found a good solution. Due to the organisms found in the crater center, it is one of the country's most popular tourist destinations and a biological research site. It may burn out like the 1970s scientists predicted, but current progress suggests it may take decades to slow down. And at number 1, Caño Cristales, Colombia. The world's most beautiful river, a small tributary of Colombia's Guayabera River, is known for its unique plant life. The clear, fast-flowing water flows near the Amazon rainforest, the Andes, and the eastern Llanos. Because rocks caught in the current erode the bedrock, the riverbed may have many holes and dips where Macarena clavigera can grow. Its summer red color shelters other species with yellows, greens, blues, and blacks. It's no wonder this place is affectionately called the Liquid Rainbow, and so unusual that many visitors still can't believe it's real, even when they're already standing next to it. And that wraps up our video on the amazing and unbelievable places on our planet that you never thought actually existed. Did you find this video interesting? Don't forget to hit that like button and share this with your family and friends. If you always want to be updated whenever we have a new video coming out, don't forget to click on that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you will always be updated whenever we have a new video. And before you go, remember to scroll down to the description for access to amazing deals in hotels, flights, resorts, and essential gear. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.